Tanner knows Taylor is plotting. Chapter 34. Tanner's POV. I got my hair cut and a nice clean shave in the nearby city, and I even stopped to get my favorite cologne as well. I had not bought it because I didn't want Taylor to be any more excited at me being there and looking good, and thinking that it was for her because it wasn't. I was only doing this for my beautiful angel, my mate, Gabby. Just saying her name makes me happy. I came back to Crimson Shadow, and I don't know what I have done wrong lately, but I see Taylor coming out of the dining room with 4 girls with her. When she sees me, she makes a beeline to me with her little friends in tow. "Tanner, you look so handsome. I appreciate you getting a shave and a haircut just for my party. But I thought you looked better earlier with your hair a little longer. I wanted to run my fingers through it when we got to dance tonight," Taylor tells me, and I had to fight back the grimace I wanted to make at her comment. "I am sorry, Taylor, but I will not be able to dance with you. I have met my mate, and I do not think that she would be happy with me dancing with you tonight. I hope you have a wonderful night, though," I said, and I turned and walked away. I heard a crash, and I turned back on the curved stairwell to see that Taylor had thrown her cell phone into the decorative vase on the table at the entrance. Taylor is now shaking with fury, and I am glad that my Luna can hold her own in a fight, as Taylor is angrier than I have ever seen her, and her friends are backing away from her. I saw her mom coming towards her, and Taylor leading with a lie as she said, "My phone slipped from my hand, Mom. Can someone go and get another phone for me for the party tonight, Mom? I need it. I have something important on it that I will need to show you and Dad as soon as possible." Taylor knew I had stopped on the stairs, and she gave me such an evil smirk. I have no idea what she is planning, but I know it won't be good for me. I continued up the stairs as I would not allow Taylor's petty, spoiled ass to keep me from my mate, and I headed straight to my parents' room. I will need some help tonight. I saw Stone heading down the stairwell above me, and I stopped him to quickly talk to him. "Stone, Taylor just threw her phone into the vase at the entryway table and broke it. I had just told her that I wouldn't dance with her tonight, and I had found my mate here today. Taylor is furious and planning something, and I may need your help, as I already know that whatever she has planned will be really bad for me. I'm going to talk to my parents, but she just totally lied to your mom about what just happened with her phone, and I'm sure she won't miss a beat lying to both your parents if needed. I am serious as a heart attack, and I will not take on Taylor as a chosen mate. I want my own actual mate that I already love," I told Stone. "Calm down, Tanner. It'll be okay. I will back you up. You swear nothing happened when she let herself into your room the last time you were here?" Stone asked me. "Stone, I swear to you, by the goddess, that I woke up when she got into my bed naked. I kicked her out and she got dressed and left. I bet she took pictures of me before she woke up, and that is why she needs a new phone," I told him, and he nodded in agreement. "I bet you are right. She has been telling anyone who will listen that she is going to be the Luna in the Blood Rose pack for the last 2 months. I was coming down as Mom was sending me to get the new phone. I will go through it and her cloud, and if I do see something concerning you, I will let you know when I get back. You are right. She is a very good liar, and we may have to get Dad to Alpha command her to tell the truth if she tries to break the 2 of you up." "Congratulations to you, Tanner. Who is the lucky lady?" Stone said to me. "Her name is Gabby, and she is from the Evergreen pack," I told him. His mouth dropped open as he stumbled back 2 steps and was clearly stunned. "I'm going to go get the phone now. This is really going to be a problem." "That secret that I was telling you about earlier?" Stone said, and then stopped speaking and dragged his hand through his hair. Stone said, "I'm going to have to get with my mom and dad and get back home with her new phone. We will have to talk. I don't know what is going to happen," Stone finishes, and then runs down the stairs, and I heard the front door slam behind him as he exits. I frown, as I don't like hearing that this will be a problem, and continue up the steps. Those are not words that you want to hear from your neighbor and someone that you have a treaty with, and have a good relationship with for the last 20-plus years. I headed right to Mom and Dad's room and knocked. I heard Mom call out, "Come in," and I entered their room and filled them in on what had just happened from when I had entered the pack house until I got through talking to Stone. "We are going to have to keep our eyes open tonight, son. I know you didn't sleep with Taylor, and if we need to, we will fight for your mate. I just don't want to have to break the alliance that we have had for almost 100 years for a selfish young woman's whim. I agree with Stone. We will stick with you on this, and if we have to flex and make him use an alpha command to get her to stop lying, we will do it, my dad said to me, and my mom nodded her head in agreement, and I sighed in relief. I don't want to go to war with them, but our pack is bigger by at least 300 wolves, and we have 160 more warriors than Crimson Shadow does. My wolves are also highly trained. We will not lose this battle. They will have to get her to tell the truth by whatever means necessary, because this will not end well for them. I finally relaxed and I headed into the adjoining room and saw my sister on the bed on her phone, and my brother on the desk, and watching the video of him with Gabby sparring. I come closer to watch it as well, and I am impressed with her moves. Gavin moves over so I can see her better, and the video ends when she looks out at where I was and runs away. I don't know why she left, but she is a total badass. I have not enjoyed getting beaten up before in my life, but I would totally let her do that again, Gavin said and started the video again. He jerks up as he hears the growl leave my throat, and the door between the rooms flies open, and my mom comes in, followed closely by Dad. What happened? What is going on? They both said at the same time. Gavin was backing away from me and pointed to his computer with his hands up to keep me calm as he said, I was watching the video of me sparring with the new female trainer from Evergreen, and all I said was I didn't know why she ran away and that she was a total badass, and that I would love to fight and lose to her again, Gavin finished, and was now behind our parents. Dad smiled really widely and looked at me and said, You didn't tell them? I didn't have time before Gavin started talking shit, I told Dad. I think that you should. They will both be really excited about it, Mom said, and came to put her arm around my waist, and we stood facing my family. I met my mate today, kind of, I told them. What do you mean, kind of, Tanner? Alicia asked me as she got off the bed and put her phone down. I mean, I finally found her on the property, and when she sensed me, she took off running. I was told that I was her second chance mate, and she is skittish, so I had to go slowly. I guess her original mate did a number on her, I told them. I am so happy for you, Tanner, Alicia told me and gave me a big hug. Holy shit! You mean you are mated to that beautiful girl I was sparring with? Gavin asked me, and I growled at him again. Sorry, but she is hot, man. You're the luckiest guy in the world, Tanner, Gavin said, and I happened to agree with him. I agree. I am really lucky. Gabby is beautiful, and we are probably going to have a problem tonight, I told them, and then filled them in on what had happened. I swear if I had to, I would kick her ass on her birthday. I'm sure she took pictures of you, Tanner. Did you at least sleep in your clothes, Tanner? Alicia asked me, rolling her eyes at me. Yes, Alicia, I did. I had my sweatpants on. How in the hell could I have known that a 16-year-old would do that? I was spending the night because I was up late speaking with her father. She shouldn't be sneaking into strange men's rooms around the pack house. My door was locked. What else could I have done? I told her, and I was frustrated, as I knew just how conniving she was, and I ran both my hands through my hair. I'm going to need to catch Gabby quickly, and let her know what had happened before Taylor realizes that she is my mate and tries to ruin this for me. I swear to the goddess, if Taylor thinks that she can do this to become my Luna, she is dead wrong. I will never be with her, ever. I can guarantee this, though, that if she plans on going through with this, either her father, Alpha, commands her to tell the truth, or I will go to war with their pack and then cut all ties with them. Because there is no way I'm letting that spiteful girl take my goddess-given mate away from me without a fight.
Taylor makes plans. Chapter 35. Taylor's point of view. That son of a bitch! I was being nice to him, and he just told me that he has a mate now, in front of my friends. He just tells me he has a mate. Since when? What in the hell? The worst part was me breaking my phone. How am I going to go crying to my parents about him loving and leaving me if I can't produce the pictures that I took? I don't care if he does have a mate. I've been telling anyone who will listen that I am going to be the Luna of the Blood Rose pack, and by the goddess, I will be. I thought that lie up pretty fast though, and Mum was already sending Stone out to get my new one. I mind-linked him and told me to get the latest iPhone, and I wanted a really cute cover too, because it was my birthday. Stone seemed to be put out with me, but it is 2 hours until my party, and I am about to have to go and get ready, and I don't have time to do it myself. What do I have to do everything? I saw the way that Tanner was looking at me. He knows I was up to something, but he will never know what hit him. I know how to work my parents. They dote on me and always give me whatever I want. And I want Tanner. I will be his Luna. I don't care who his mate is. Too bad for her. It's not going to be my problem. My friends all looked at me sadly when he said it, and I have to admit I was furious that he had said it in front of them. But I am calm now, and I can work with this. Stone comes back 40 minutes later, and the phone is acceptable. It is the newest model, and I even like the cover he picked out for me. I probably should have told him thank you, as he was gone for almost 2 hours to get it. But he is my brother, and what else was he going to do? He really doesn't have to do anything but take a shower and put some mousse in his hair, and he is done. I had a lot to do, and plus I had to figure out a way to get into the ballroom without my parents seeing me, and then when they did see my dress, it would be too late to make me go change. It would be stupid to make me change, as I look totally hot in that dress. I take my shower and shave while thinking about my friends' faces tomorrow when they find out that I am going to be the Luna for the Blood Rose pack. They're going to be so jealous. I am charging my phone right now, and I'm going to check my cloud as soon as I get at least 80% on it. But I have a lot to do, and I haven't decided how even I want to do my hair even for tonight. I took the time getting ready as the party cannot even start without the guest of honour there, and I would have to come down about 10 minutes early for the party to sneak through the back way to avoid my parents. I already know that I will be getting a big lecture tomorrow because they will not be happy with my dress, but it had to be done. I wanted a dress where my breasts would be on a nice display, as I've been told several times how nice my body is, and why not flaunt it? It is my body, and it looks great, so what is the harm in showing it? Plus, I am going to be dancing with 2 very tall men tonight, Tanner and that big guy with the group of new people. This makes me depressed again, thinking about that girl as my long-lost sister. Why the hell did she have to show up today? Was she deliberately trying to ruin my birthday? I mean, yeah, she probably had to come back here. But why today of all days? I pray to the goddess that she does not stay here. That would ruin my life, literally. I had gone out and gotten my hair and nails done yesterday, so I really only had to do my hair and makeup, which I was great at, if I said so myself. I was going to look stunning tonight and be the most beautiful girl at my birthday celebration, so I should be. None of my friends are as pretty as I am, and even if they were, they know better than to spoil my birthday. I narrowed my eyes, thinking about my sister returning. She is actually beautiful too. She looks just like Mum and me, and I will have some competition there. But then I realised that she didn't have any makeup on today, and she looked like a tomboy, so I don't think I had anything to worry about on that end. She may be in shape from obviously exercising, but she cannot compete with me. I've been taken care of all my life. I am flawless, and everyone can see who the best sister is going to be. I have my hair and makeup done, and I piled my hair up on top in a classic updo, as I don't want my hair hanging down and blocking the view of my cleavage from Tanner or that other guy when I dance with them. I want them to get an eyeful, and I want them to want me. I know what I am doing in bed. I've been sexually active for over a year now. Tanner just needs to give me a shot at pleasing him, and he will see for himself that no one can take care of him better than me. I put on a good spray of perfume, as I want to smell nice, and I am ready to get dressed. I get my dress and shoes on, and I am stunning, literally, and that is not even being vain, it is simply the truth. I look fantastic in this outfit, and I turn side to side in it. The emerald green gown hugs my figure like a second skin and shows off my best attributes. The deep V shows off the top of my breasts as it almost goes down to my navel, so you get a good view of the inside of my cleavage too. I'm wearing nipple covers, just in case. My mum and dad really get upset, but I am their baby girl, so they will get over being angry at me. We are an alpha family, so I can't have a nip slip at my birthday party. I also had the lady who did my alterations cut a thigh-high slit for my right leg, so I have my long tanned legs showing with each step I take. I look awesome, and I cannot wait for everyone to get to see me at my party, and in this beautiful dress. All eyes will be on me. Correction, I cannot wait for one person to see me at my party, and I am beyond excited that he is here. Everyone will see how perfect we are for each other as we dance together tonight. I have already mentioned to my two best friends that they should start a rumour about me and Tanner being together tonight. They are already helping me sneak in the back way to my party as well. One will stay with me, and then one will go out and distract my parents, if she needs to. Otherwise, I will then come out when the room is full enough that there isn't anything that can do about it. I'll be wearing this dress tonight, and everyone will see how beautiful I am. I put on some earrings, and I am completely ready now. I mind-linked them to see if they were ready to go downstairs, as it was about 10 minutes till my party was supposed to start, and I needed to get hidden to make this work. I usually run late for everything, so my parents won't suspect anything, as they will think I will make my grand entrance from the stairwell, but actually, I will be coming down the steps from the stage at the far end of the room. My friends will start clapping for me when I emerge from behind the curtain, so everyone's attention will be on me as I gracefully descend to the dance floor. I got a mind link back from my friends Marie Jackson and Sybil Conrad, telling me that they are here, right outside my bedroom. Marie is nice, but not the smartest in any group. She is always happy and smiling, and she is willing to help me with anything I ask of her. She has brown hair and brown eyes and is a fuller size, but she is really cute. People love her. My parents especially like her. I send her in when my parents ask who I am going to be with, as they don't mind when I'm hanging out with her. Even if I am actually going out with a guy and not Marie, she always has my back, and she is probably the only person that I actually trust, besides Stone and my parents. If I am honest, Marie is probably my only actual friend, and that makes me both happy and sad. It isn't my fault I'm like I am. I could change, but why would I? I'm getting everything I could ever want in my life. I tell my parents I want something, and they make it happen. My life is wonderful, all because of what happened to my sister when she was 2. Sybil is nice, but I know she isn't a follower like Marie. Sybil, who I refer to as Cece, is very smart and has the top GPA in our junior class. Cece helps me with my homework, so I don't look bad to my parents. I don't feel the need to have to apply myself because I'm going to be Luna, and I don't need to go to class to learn that it is ingrained in me. I will be fine winging it. Someone will teach me how to do it at Alpha training. Plus, my friend just found her Alpha while she was there, and he made her his chosen mate, so I can do it too. Cece only puts up with me because she always gets something out of it. My old clothes, my old boyfriends, and my old shoes. Today, they will both be getting a really nice swag bag with Cece and Marie getting some additional items that the other 8 of my friends who I don't see as much will not be getting. Cece had blonde hair and blue eyes, and she and I have a very similar shape. She is just not quite as endowed as I am. But she does appreciate all my hand-me-downs, and I only wear something like 5 times tops, and then I go shopping again. So she gets my old clothes and changes them up from how I wore them. She does as I ask, and we get along just fine, while it suits her. I'm sure after we graduate next year she will leave me behind, as she wants to be a lawyer for the pack, and she has her eyes on the prize. I slip out of my room as Marie and Cece are already there in the hallway, and we hurry over to the freight elevator at the back of the pack house. As soon as the doors close and they get a full look at me, both of their jaws drop, and Marie said, "Taylor, you look fantastic, but are you sure your parents are going to be okay with how revealing your dress is?" Cece was more direct. "Girl, you are dead meat when your parents see you. This is a party for your 17th birthday, not your 21st. Your parents are going to be furious with you over this." "Hey, they said I could get it altered, and I did. They should have specified how far I could go with it. They didn't, so I went with what I wanted to do. Plus, I want Tanner to see what he could have by picking me as his mate," I told them. "Taylor, you met his mate. It is done. You will have to find another that you want to go after, or better yet, how about you wait until you turn 18 and then start looking for him?" Marie said, "She is so innocent. She believes in mates and forever love. I don't want forever love. I don't want to take the chance of getting a low-level mate. I want to be the Luna of a pack. I want to be Luna of Tanner's pack. That is what I want, and that is what I will get. I want respect, and if I have to force Tanner to make me his choice, so be it. By the end of tonight, I will have Tanner on his knees and begging me to be his Luna, or I will ruin his reputation and our packs having a treaty." Taylor threatens Tanner. Chapter 36. Gabby's point of view. Tanner seemed to calm down with what Heath had told him, and then gave a pointed look at my arm through Alan's. I slipped my arm out of Alan's and saw Alan giving Tanner a narrow-eyed look, like he was mad at him. But Alan stepped back towards Hudson and Luna Liz. Von mind-linked me to take Tanner's arm before he lost his temper, because seeing me with another unmated male, he was about to make his wolf come out. I nodded and took a step towards Tanner. Tanner gave me his arm, and I slid my arm through and felt electricity run straight through my arm, and I looked up in surprise at Tanner, who was looking down at me with the same look. Heath and Von were smiling as they saw the reaction and knew we were mates, and they could relax, as Tanner had made it obvious that he wanted me. Tanner led us back the way he came, and they had shoved 2 tables together for our whole group in the middle of the area, and Tanner pulled my seat out for me to sit down. Everyone took their seats, and since the tables were round, they were shaped like a figure 8, and we were all able to be seated comfortably at the table. Alan and Hudson sat across from me and were watching Tanner carefully. Luna Liz was next to Hudson, and then Von, and then Heath. Tanner's parents were next to him, and then, who I am assuming was his sister, and then his brother, who sat next to Alan. "I remember you. I sparred with you earlier today," I told him, and he was visibly excited at me speaking to him. "Yes, my name is Gavin, and I'm Tanner's younger brother. I was thrilled to hear that some of the team were here, and that you had opened up your sparring to everyone. I would like to start the same thing in our pack, and I respect you all going in and helping packs learn to defend themselves. That is a very noble thing to do," Gavin said, and I could see how excited he was at sitting with us now. "I'm Alicia Wright, Tanner's little sister, and I couldn't be happier getting to meet you. Tanner had been looking for his mate for the last 3.5 years. He was so pleased that he found you. I look forward to getting to know you," Alicia tells me, and she gives us all a wide smile. "You look absolutely gorgeous, Gabby, with or without makeup. I'm going to have a hard time of it trying to keep the other men away from you tonight, as you are the most gorgeous girl in the room." Tanner leans over to tell me, and I blush. Our legs are touching, and I feel the electricity like a physical thing between us. "You look very handsome too, Tanner. I'm sorry I ran off from you earlier. I had a bad experience with my first mate, and he rejected me as soon as I knew we were fated mates. I was scared that you were going to do the same, and I ran. I'm sorry for hurting you by doing that," I told him. "I will not reject you. I want you with every fibre of my being, Gabby. I've been looking for my mate for a long time, and I'm so excited that I have finally found you." We then spoke together for the next few minutes, and our two tables were getting along very well together when we suddenly heard clapping at the stage area. We all looked over at the stage to see what was going on, and I saw my sister, Taylor, in a gown that was very revealing. She would not be able to bend over, or the entire room would see her breasts. She was eating up the limelight as she sways seductively down the stairs at the stage and has a huge smile on her face, right up until she sees me sitting with Tanner. The fury that crosses her face lets me know that Luna Liz was right about her wanting Tanner, but Tanner is my mate, and obviously not hers. I don't know why she would be so angry about us finding each other. She immediately stomps over to our table and stands behind Tanner and leans over to tell him, "You'll be taking me on as your mate, and you can just reject my sister right now, or I will go to my parents about us sleeping together," before she walks away with a grin on her face again. I leaned back away from him, shocked. He slept with my sister. I feel sick. I needed to step away for a minute, and I stood up and said, "Please excuse me. I need to go to the restroom." I left the table with Luna Liz and Vaughn hot on my heels, and we headed for the nearest bathroom, and I saw Heath take the seat I vacated and started to speak with Tanner with fury in his eyes. I saw Taylor grinning at me as we approached the restroom, looking at me with a smug smile, and I looked away from her. I don't have time for childish games or bullshit right now. I am furious, and I need to calm down. Vaughn locked the door to keep anyone from entering, and Luna Liz checked all the stalls to make sure that we were alone. Vaughn said, "Do not take what she said as truth. She wants Tanner, and she will do anything to get it. So she is lying. I can feel it." "I agree. She is a horrible person and a worse sister. I cannot believe that she did that in front of the tables near us loud enough to hear. I don't think she would have to do that if she were telling the truth. Let us use the restroom and get back out there. I already knew Heath was on it before we left the area. He will get to the bottom of this," Luna Liz told me, and we went ahead and used the restroom and headed back out to our tables. Alan and Hudson were both outside the restroom when we came out of the restroom, and each got in step with me as we walked side by side with each other as we headed back to the table. As we got closer, Alan cleared the path by taking the lead for our group, and Hudson walked behind me, and I really appreciated them both for protecting me as I saw Taylor and her two friends near the restroom when we came out, and I knew that they would have approached if not for the guys with us. I noticed that half the table was gone and saw Heath, Tanner and his father all talking to Alpha Wilson, and I saw Luna Everly hurrying over with Stone to the group at this time. I can see them all speaking together and occasionally looking over at me, and then Taylor, and I see Heath motion me over. I got up and walked over with Alan and Hudson trailing after me about 8 feet behind me. "Gabby, is Tanner your mate?" Luna Everly asked me. "He is, but we will need to talk about the bomb that Taylor just dropped on us, as I would not feel comfortable if she slept with him to accept this mate bond. I need more information and what actually happened to make an informed decision," I told the group. Tanner growled out a thunderous growl which ricocheted through the ballroom, and everyone stopped speaking when they heard it, as it was obviously a warning growl. Tanner leaned down and told me, "I never touched your sister. She always comes on to me. I do not have any feelings for her other than disgust." Tanner tells me and straightens back up. I nod and breathe a little easier, and then hear both Heath and Tanner tell Alpha Wilson that we all need to speak about what Taylor just alleged so we can get this straightened out, or we would all be leaving and the treaties in place would be considered invalid at this time. I gasped and looked up at them both in shock. They were implying war over me. I cannot let it get this far. I go to get Heath's attention to tell him that I am okay, but he is furious, I had not seen him this furious since he heard what had been done to me at Red River. I don't want to make this a bigger deal than Taylor just attempting to blackmail Tanner into rejecting me for her. Bond places her hand on Heath to try to help him calm down, and he pats her arm and says, "I am fine, love, but I will not let that spoiled brat take Gabby's mate from her. She has truly been through enough in her short life, and I will go to war unless that deceitful little she-wolf admits that she was lying and trying to deliberately hurt Gabby for her own personal gain." Tanner steps up and says, "I already told this all to Stone earlier. She didn't accidentally break her phone. She threw it at the vase and deliberately broke it after I told her that I had a mate and to leave me alone. Taylor is a vicious little liar, and I agree I will break our treaty as well if you cannot get Taylor to take back what she said. She is at an expert level at lying, and she will not voluntarily tell the truth. I told this to Stone earlier as well. You will have to Alpha command her to tell the truth, but I am taking this seriously. Taylor living here is the reason I had to bring my whole family here with me. She snuck into my room while I was sleeping here after we went late going over documents. I woke up to her sneaking into my bed, naked. I immediately kicked her out of my room, but I believe that she took photos of me while I was asleep to try to blackmail me before she woke me up. I will not allow her to destroy Gabby's faith in me as her mate with her spiteful lying. Let's take this up to my office and get it straightened out. I don't know what is all going on, but we will get it all straightened out up there. Please come with me," Alpha Wilson said and looked at me sadly. He knows my background, and I knew he was upset that this happened on my first day with them and that it was my own sister that caused it. Alan and Hudson stayed at the table with Alicia and Gavin to hold our tables as Heath told them that he and Tanner had Gabby. We all went upstairs to have a talk. As we passed Taylor, her father stopped and told her to come with us, and I could see she immediately got anxious as she went upstairs with us. It was only 6:30 p.m, and people were still pouring into the party and had missed that little incident that she had caused. We all poured into Alpha's office, and Alpha Wilson locked the large wooden door behind us.
How far will Taylor go? Chapter 37. Tanner's POV. I am shaking with fury at what Taylor said to me and Gabby. How dare she endanger our brand new bond? Gabby immediately got up, and Heath did too, and came over to me. I told him the truth, and he sent Alan and Hudson over to the restroom, as we both saw that vicious troll waiting for her to come out and mess with her again. My father came to me, and Heath, to speak to Alpha Winston. I will not stand for this at all. He had better do something, or we are leaving, with Gabby and her family, and I will not be an ally to them any more. We have had good relations with them for a very long time, but I will throw it all away to make sure that they know that for my Gabby, that will no longer be the case, and I will void and tear up our treaty. I let him know that right off the bat, and unfortunately for him, he had not been aware of Taylor's little ugly speech at our table. He and Luna Wilson were probably too shocked at her dress to see what she had done, as I could tell they were both going to have a conversation about that as well. I could care less about her outfit. It was her evil personality that was working on my nerves. If she thinks that she is going to be my Luna, she has lost her mind. It will only be Gabby for me. Taylor will never be the Luna for my pack. We entered Alpha Wilson's office, and there is really a lack of chairs here. I suddenly realized that I needed to grab a chair quickly and get Gabby to sit on my lap, as she would need a seat too. I grab a seat in front of the desk and pat my lap for Gabby. She looks at me mistrustfully at first, and then she sees Heath sitting down on the next seat to mine and pats his lap for Vaughn to sit on. After she takes her seat, Gabby slowly steps forward to sit on my lap, when Taylor steps forward and blocks her and sits down on my lap. I stood up quickly and looked at Alpha Winston, who told Taylor to come to the side of his desk and sit in his mother's chair, as he sat down and patted his lap for Luna Everly to sit down. My parents are on the couch, And even though there is a spot on the couch for Mom to sit on between my dad and Luna Liz to sit on, she sat on my dad's lap. I looked up imploringly at Gabby and patted my lap again. Gabby sat on my lap, and I put my arm around her to hold her securely. I leaned in to smell her neck, and I calmed myself down by that simple act. I was no longer willing to kill Taylor, right now, but I was still ready to go to war with their pack if they didn't get this straightened out, and right now. A knock sounded on the door, and Alpha Winston told me that I could open it from where I was sitting next to it to let Stone in. Stone was an ally to me, and I reached over and unlocked it to let him in. And he relocked it after he entered and headed for the last spot on the couch. Taylor, first of all, what the hell did you say to Tanner and Gabby at their table? They are mates, and you need to leave them alone. Second of all, what did you do to your dress? That is not the dress you tried on for us 2 weeks ago. Why would you have this totally inappropriate outfit on? You do not look respectable in it at all. We will be discussing this after we get the first issue of business done. Why did you lie to Gabby about Tanner? Alpha Wilson asked. I didn't lie. I was in bed with Tanner, and I was naked, wasn't I, Tanner? Taylor said, and then looked smugly at me. And I was back to wanting to kill her again. You said for me to reject my mate, or you would go to your parents about us sleeping together. We never slept together, and we will never sleep together. Nothing that you do could possess me to do that with you, Taylor. You are an entitled, spoiled brat, who only cares for herself, and I feel really bad for whomever your mate is, because I can't see you changing or ever trying to be a better person. You want everything just handed to you, and you have never had to work hard for anything in your life. I have been looking for my mate for over 3 years now, and I will not let you tell her lies to break us up. Taylor, if I need to, I will tear up the treaty between our packs, and your pack will lose us as an ally. I will go to war for my mate. Do not think I won't, Taylor, I told her. She seemed a little surprised, but then that smug smile returned and said, But baby, I have pictures of us together. I am not lying. You are lying to save face in front of her. Besides, I am so much better than her. Yes, she looks better right now, but tomorrow she will be back to her old regular self, with no makeup and ugly clothes and shoes. I would be the better Luna for you. I don't know why you don't see it and acknowledge it, Taylor tells me with a smirk on her face, and gets her phone out and hands it to her dad. Her dad looks at the pictures on her phone. From the look on his face, he is shocked. Alpha Wilson looked up at me and said, Tanner, she was 16 in these pictures. She is just 17 today. Did you sleep with my daughter in our own pack house? Alpha Wilson said, and was clearly angry. May I see the pictures? I asked Alpha Wilson. He hands over the phone, and Gabby tenses as she can see them too. But I am clearly asleep in the pictures, and Taylor is clearly sitting on the opposite side of the bed. And at the angle, she just cut her breasts out of the picture, but you can tell she is naked. But her hair and makeup are flawless. She hadn't been sleeping with me in bed. She got up and got ready and went to my room like I said she did. Please look at the pictures again. She has just done her hair and makeup, and it is flawless, not smudged off her face, a hair out of place, which it really would be if we had entered into relations. Second, she is perched on the far side of the bed to take these pictures, so she would not wake me up. I woke up immediately when she got into bed with me, and I immediately got out of bed and told her to get out of my bed, get dressed, and get out of my room. I did not sleep with her. Even though she offered several times, I turned her down. I find her attitude to be repulsive. She is obviously beautiful on the outside, but her inside is a whole other matter. She is the reason I showed up with my whole family in tow, so I would have a witness if she tried it again. She came on to me, not the other way around, I told Alpha Winston, who after looking at the pictures again with Luna Everly, both realized that Taylor had in fact been lying. Taylor, why would you do that? Why did you go into his room? How did you get into his room without waking him? Tanner is right, and you can tell you are freshly made up and not a hair out of place. Why would you lie about this? Do you not realize how serious this is for the whole pack? Are you willing for us to go to war over your immature stunt? Alpha Winston said to Taylor, but she is just looking at me with Gabby in my lap, and she is angry. Daddy, please, I did sleep with Tanner. We did have sex, and he told me that he would make me his Luna if I did, Taylor said, and very convincingly, with tears running down her face and even sobbing. If I didn't know for a fact that I didn't sleep with her, I would doubt it too. Gabby is very stiff in my lap, and I can tell this whole thing is stressing her out. I go to speak again to defend myself, but Alpha Heath cuts me off. I am sorry, but you both need to realize that it won't just be Tanner that you will lose as an ally. You will lose the treaty we have as well. We consider Gabrielle to be our daughter in every sense of the word, and will not allow her to be hurt by an obviously spiteful and vindictive child. I know that you two are her biological parents, but we love her, and we will protect her ourselves. Taylor is noted at being very accomplished at getting her way. She has shown this several times while we have been here. She has obviously worked on you for maximum effect for years, but I can tell that she is lying to you both. She has besmirched the character of a very well-intentioned Alpha right now, and has implied at even having relations with him to his brand new mate. And she went right to them to break them up as soon as she saw them together. She is a real piece of work, and I may not be your closest neighbor, but I am one of the strongest. So, we can all play around with the game that Taylor obviously has an agenda for, or we can get down to business, and you Alpha command her to tell us all the truth. Because I cannot watch her play with you both like this and not say something about it. She had just propositioned earlier today my lead trainer, in the hallway just outside the door, and she offered to have sex with him. She showed an interest in Hudson as well. She was asked to stop and continued on with sexually harassing Alan until your son had to step in and threaten to tell you both what she was doing to get her to stop. I will ask you now to Alpha command her to answer your questions honestly, or this meeting is over, and we will be leaving as soon as we can get packed, Heath finished, and I can see how serious he is about it. He believed me and knew Taylor was lying. I am so glad that he backed me up. I owe him one, and I will take the best care of his daughter. I cannot believe that Alpha Wilson would take Taylor's word with her track record. Or maybe he just buries his head in the sand to not have to deal with her. Regardless, I am thankful for the support I got from him, and I hugged Gabby tighter to me. She has relaxed more into me after hearing what her dad had said to Alpha Wilson. I sniffed her neck again to calm down, and I saw Taylor glaring at me like she would like nothing more than to assault me right now, but that wouldn't happen. Alpha Winston turns back to Taylor, and when she turns to look at him, she blinks so more tears fall down her face. Alpha Wilson said, "Taylor, I will ask you one more time. Did you have sex with Tanner?" "Yes, Daddy, I had sex with Tanner. I don't know why he is lying about it, other than to trick her into thinking that he didn't," Taylor answered back, and continued to let tears fall down her face. "Okay, Taylor, you leave me no choice. Taylor Winston of the Crimson Shadow Pack. I, Alpha Wyatt Winston. Alpha commands you to tell me the truth, as you are being questioned," Alpha Winston told her, and the tears immediately stopped, and Taylor nodded in answer and said, "I will answer your questions."
Taylor gets Alpha commanded. Chapter 38, Gabby's Point of View. Seeing those pictures Taylor had on her phone of Tanner was terrible, and I almost cried myself upon seeing them. But Tanner had been honest the whole time about everything he said. She was on the far side of the bed, and right on the edge of it, and clearly she had not been sleeping, as she looked great. I was so proud of my dad for telling Alpha Wilson that we were going to pack up and leave if Taylor didn't stop lying. I just wished she would come clean, since I knew she was lying now. I relaxed onto Tanner and snuggled in a little bit, and that helped him to relax as well, as I felt him relax right after deeply sniffing into my neck. Taylor got even madder seeing that, but didn't have time to act on it, as she was Alpha commanded to answer the questions truthfully. "Taylor, we will start with something easy. Did you accidentally drop your phone, or did you throw it at the vase and break it?" Alpha Wilson asked Taylor. "I broke the phone and the vase when I threw my phone down onto the table. Tanner had just got back from getting a shave and a haircut. He looked scruffy when he got here today. I liked that he got himself trimmed up for me, as it would look better in the pictures that I was going to take of us together. Then Tanner said that he had found his mate, and she wouldn't like him dancing with me, and for me to have a good night. Taylor responded.
Taylor, did you go into Tanner's room the last time he was there and got into his bed naked?
Alpha Wilson asked. Yes, I got the key to his room off of the Omega's cleaning cart. I let myself in and took my clothes off to take the pictures of him, to make it look like we had been together.
Taylor answered him. Taylor, did you have sex with Tanner?
Alpha Wilson asked, and I could tell that he and Luna Everly were both tensed and waiting for this answer. No, he woke up when I got into bed with him, and then he got mad and ordered me out of his room, Taylor answered. I saw both Alpha and Luna Wilson blush at hearing from Taylor's mouth that she had lied and stuck with her lie so convincingly that they had believed her.
Taylor, did you lie about sleeping with Tanner?
Alpha Wilson asked her. I wanted to be a Luna. I deserve to be a Luna. I don't want some Omega or Warrior. They are fine for fun, but I needed to be mated to a higher-ranked wolf. I need to be the chosen mate of a Beta or Alpha. I deserve it because I am beautiful. I need to be taken care of and to get nice things. I don't want my fated mate if they will be poor or if I will have to work. Tanner is hot and I wanted to sleep with him, and all my friends would be jealous if I was his mate. So I took a shot. Taylor tells us. I can tell she is trying to fight telling the truth, but she was Alpha commanded by her own father, and you can tell she is furious at having to tell the truth to the group.
Taylor, did you lie to Gabby to get her to break up with him and reject him?
Alpha Wilson asked her. Yes, I wanted her to get mad and reject him. I was waiting for her at the bathroom, but they locked the door when they went in, so I couldn't show her the pictures and get them all mad enough to leave. When she came out, I couldn't approach her because those big guys were with her and immediately took her back to the table. Taylor admitted, and she is gritting her teeth in frustration right now.
Taylor, did you inappropriately touch their warrior in the hallway and continue to do so until your brother threatened to tell us what you were doing?
Alpha Wilson asked Taylor. Yes, he was cute, and I didn't know if Tanner was coming or not, so I needed someone to ring in this birthday with. I mean, I had to have a backup plan, didn't I? Taylor said, and Luna Wilson's mouth dropped open. Taylor was almost shaking in anger at having to tell the truth, and she was fighting to stop, but she couldn't. Luna Everly touched Alpha Wyatt on his chest to signal that she had a few questions of her own. Taylor, how long have you been having sex? Luna Everly asked. Since 2 weeks before my 16th birthday, Taylor told her. Luna Everly gasped, and I could see tears forming in her eyes before she toughened up and sat up higher in her chair. Taylor, are you angry about Gabby being here and us finding your sister again? Luna Everly asked. Yes, we all thought that she was dead, as she had been gone for over 16 years. I wish that she were dead. She has ruined everything for me. She took the Alpha that I wanted, and you're going to spoil her now. I will be losing money, because you will now have to make it up to her for her stupid bad life. I don't care what she went through. I only cared about my birthday party and getting Tanner, and she ruined them both for me. I had everything, and then this bitch showed up. Why couldn't she have just stayed lost for another week? I was the only daughter of the Alpha and Luna of Crimson Shadow, because you were taken away from here. I was given everything because you two felt so bad about what happened to her. I wish you had stayed away forever. I hate you. Taylor told me, and I knew my mouth was hanging open from all the venom that she had just spewed. I felt Tanner's chest start to vibrate before I heard the growl tear through the room. Tanner is furious, and he is about to phase into his wolf right now. I can feel him, and so can Tala. Tala links me. Gabby, you need to kiss him right now. He is about to phase, and he will kill Taylor if he does. His wolf Rafe is out for blood for what she said to you. Tala told me. I don't know how to kiss someone, Tala. What do I do? Jack has only kissed me, and I don't know how to start it. I asked, scared. I didn't want her blood on my hands, but I was done with Taylor. Just grab his face and put your mouth on his. He will take care of it. Hug him around his neck. Move it now. He is fighting Rafe, but Rafe is furious. Taylor tells me. I turned in Tanner's lap, and he looked up at me surprised, and then I leaned down and placed my mouth on his, and the rumbling completely stopped. Taylor bit my lower lip, and when I gasped, his tongue came into my mouth, and then he tipped me backward in the chair. I put my arms around his neck to keep from falling, but I know he has got me as I feel his strong arms banded around me. Taylor deepens the kiss, and I move my tongue into his mouth to tentatively try to explore his mouth. He groans deep in his throat and picks me up and turns me around towards him with my dress riding way up and my slit making a visible appearance as he goes to kiss me again. I hear several throats clearing in the room and realize that our parents, all of them, are watching me kiss Tanner, and I immediately try to get up, but Tanner has both arms locked around my waist and I cannot move. I put my face down as I am completely embarrassed at what had just happened, and Tanner starts laughing at my embarrassment. You don't have to be embarrassed, baby. You're my mate. We love each other. It is only natural that we kiss. Tanner tells me and hugs me to his chest to sniff my neck again. That was the first time I kissed someone. I didn't know what I was doing, but Tala told me that Rafe was coming out, and I knew you would hurt Taylor if I didn't distract you. I never thought I would have my first kiss sitting in front of both sets of my parents. That is embarrassing. Jack has kissed me a few times in the last month, but I would stop him if he went too far, I told him. Tala was right. I was about to kill Taylor. What she said to you, I cannot even deal with it right now. But rest assured, I will not forget what she said to you today, ever. Wait, I had the first kiss you initiated. Good. And I want to be your last kiss too. Tanner tells me, and he seems pleased about being my first kiss. I leaned to his ear and said, Please let me up. I'm showing too much skin sitting on your lap like this. Tanner looks down and sees me straddling him, and with my skirt riding up, you see a lot of leg showing. I straighten my dress and sit back down on Tanner's lap, and he pulls me close again. If you wouldn't mind going back to the party, Everly and I would like to ask a few more questions that don't have anything to do with Tanner and might have an embarrassing answer to them, and we would like to spare Taylor from any more embarrassment, as I'm sure she has been lying to us for a good long while now, and her birthday party is over for her. She is grounded for the foreseeable future, so you will not see her again tonight. We will be down shortly after we get through speaking to Taylor. Alpha Wilson said, and Luna Everly was nodding in agreement about it. Taylor was angry when we got up and headed to the door and called out to Tanner, Don't leave, Tanner. I can change. I promise. Tanner stiffens up and turns around slowly and looks at Taylor, who put a big grin on her face that he had stopped. Tanner said, Can you actually change and be a better person, Taylor? Taylor stopped smiling as she forgot that she was still under Alpha's command. Why should I change? Any man would be glad to have me, Taylor said before slapping her hand over her mouth. Exactly. You care about yourself, not anyone else. A liar to the very end. You almost caused a war in which innocent people would have been killed, lives lost, and for what? You to get your spoiled little way. You are not a good person, Taylor, and one day you will feel bad about all that you have done.
Your own mate may not want you anymore for your actions of only caring about yourself and what you can get over finding your own true love. It saddens me for you. Alpha Wilson, I will be getting back to you over this later. I really hate that it took you to have to alpha command your daughter for us all to finally get the truth. That shouldn't have had to happen here. I see the lack of faith you have in me, and my word. Tanner told Alpha Wilson and shook his head in disappointment. I am truly sorry, Tanner. I did not know Taylor had such a problem with telling the truth. I would have thought she realized innocent lives could have been lost by her words and actions. But I see now that in our horrible guilt over our oldest child being taken, we have really spoiled her as the baby and as our only remaining daughter. We created this monster, and we will fix it. Taylor will learn that her life is going to change from this day on. I promise you, Alpha Wilson said.